That was so classic. Moth is all like, "You in what army?" Oh, that.
Oh,
this
yeah, I'll
army.
be right behind you. I gotcha.
But you're lucky this time.
All right. Well, hello, and welcome back to Nat One Network. My name is Terry Mayo, and I'm the Dungeon Master for the dysfunctional group that is Whispers and Echoes. Whispers and Echoes is a homebrew Dungeons and Dragons campaign set in the Forgotten Realm and brought to you by the fine folks at Nat One Network. If you enjoy what we're doing on this channel, then please hit the like button, the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a message down below, and tell us what you think about the show. The cast, or even our creepy voice acting.
Call me.
Hello.
If you just can't get enough of Nat One Network, then you can, stalk us over on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Nat One Network.
Or in real life.
Or in real life, yeah. Addresses will be down below.
Please don't.
Speaking of Nat One Network, let me see if I can find the amazing cast of adventurers.
Oh, hello.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to my library.
Hello, I'm ready for tonight's action.
You're ready for some action. All right.
Whoa.
Well, last week we had some awkward silences during this time. We're going to carry that over? Or I felt like I was at my in-laws for a second. It was like, what are you guys doing?
Good. Great. Awesome.
Yeah, all right. We ebb and flow, Terry.
Your in-laws sound like fun people.
I'm just kidding. I love my in-laws.
I love your in-laws.
Just in case they're watching, Terry loves them deeply.
Jason, love you so much, man.
Yeah,
Sponsored by Jason, but not actually sponsored by
Oh,
Jason.
that's-
Oh, God, don't start it again.
Oh no!
All right.
Gatorade.
Alrighty.
Put your damn
Oh, no.
Gatorade down, Fred.
Quenches your thirst.
I'm drinking some haterade tonight.
All right, before we step into something we shouldn't, I think we're going to go ahead and get this party started with episode 12 of Whispers and Echoes.
Whispers.
All right. Well, where we last left off, after exploring the depths of the Serpent Shrine, you return to the surface of Stonewall with Varu and Yasmin in hand. It was an eventful expedition, an adventure that seemed to last a lifetime. But you did learn some important information inside the shrine. You discover that the Pride are planning to regroup with the widowed Queen Ileana at the dwarven city of Rishun. Cask, being the charming devil that he is, caught the affection of the Yanti Queen Ulasha. And Kellen was given orders to plant explosives inside the org headquarters in Stonewall. And Bree found herself with an eerily quiet moth deep inside of her subconscious. As you walked the streets of Stonewall, you stumbled upon a funeral procession for the slain Dockmaster Nero. Ruby Jewel summoned you toward the Midnight Inn and urged you to stay off the streets. He said that the funeral procession could last well into the night, but more importantly, the tension in the air was pretty much unfavorable for Echo soldiers, even newly retired Echo soldiers. Inside the inn, you began to feel each other out. As the conversation shifted toward the group's next move. After Kellen let it be known that he doesn't trust the newest member of the party, Zadasahir moved to the bar alone, where he welcomed a visit from an ancient friend who gave him a book emblazoned with the true face of Vinjica. Moth, newly freed from Bree's mind, immediately sent himself into a psychedelic nightmare after drinking a large glass of purple drink. As you found your respective beds to sleep, meditate, or investigate your newfound treasures, you all felt a rush of accomplishment, as if a secret milestone had unlocked an inner strength that you never dreamed you would possess. The sun rises on a new day in Stonewall, and that is where we will begin. The inside Stonewall, Moth is fast asleep on the bar downstairs. Bertha, the barmaid, standing by him, and she kind of nudges him with a shoulder, with an elbow.
What the hell? That was the best night's sleep I've had in ages. Oh, you elbow me?
I did. You look like you could use some coffee.
Do you have any creamer?
No, it's black. We only serve grown-up drinks in this place.
Well, I was going to ask for a black, but I figured if I asked for black, you tell me that it comes with just creamer, so that's why I asked for it with creamer, so get black.
Reverse psychology, I understand. Well, I do want to apologize, Moth. I didn't give you a proper chance because of your face, your strong cheeks, your piercing eyes, your marking, your tattoo. They all remind me of a past I thought I'd put behind me long ago.
How do you reckon?
Your mark. Do you know how you got that? Do you know who gave it to you?
Well, I know a little bit. My mom told me that my dad took me to some lady when I was young. And I've had it since a kid. I don't know what it means or what necessarily. I know what happens to me ain't normal, and I can assume it has something to do with it, but I've had it since I was a wee little mothy.
And have you been able to blink in and out that entire time?
It's gradually gotten worse as I've gotten older, but somewhat, yeah.
I see. Well, drink your coffee and indulge an old lady, if you will, and let me tell you a story, Moth, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I've run the Midnight Inn for about 60 years now. And in all that time, I've only seen a mark like yours twice. Once now. And the first time 40 years ago. In the arms of the runt half-orc. That half-orc was the son of a very close friend, a very dear friend. She was strong, but very naive. Had a soft spot for humans, you know. Made her far too trusting, if you ask me. Unsurprisingly, my friend fell in love with a human. A soldier, fresh out of Burning Beacon. As love stories go, it was uneventful until she got pregnant. The soldier said he could never take her back to the beacon. He could never take a half-orc bride back. What would his family say? What would his superiors say? Let alone a baby. The fact that he had breeded with a beast? Nah. So he did what cowardly men do when he attempted to hide his deeds. One night, right over there, I found my friend, near death, cradling a wailing baby. Seems this soldier had taken my friend to a Barovian witch, who promised she could make them both appear human. It didn't work. I don't think it was ever meant to work, honestly. My friend died that night. The baby, well, Ruby's doing just fine, but he too struggles. He learned to control his mark as he got older. And the soldier, Ruby's father, Captain Fox, I never saw his face again until I saw your face, Moth.
Are you saying that Ruby is my stepbrother?
I'm saying that the soldier who bore Ruby, his face is your face.
And Ruby's got the same marking.
He does, on his arm.
All right.
I tell you this, Moth, not for any other reason, except for you know where I come from. Know why I'm leery of even having you around.
Well, seems to me that your friend who passed away and was told that she could be turned human, you liked her, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me just put it this way. I didn't choose to be half human, half orc. I'm just me. And sometimes I battle with myself internally of, there's good and evil in everybody, and I try to stay on the right side of things. If your friend was good in her, I can assure you there's good in me, and I'm not here to hurt nobody unless they needed to be hurt.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Now, I do have one question for you. Does Ruby know about me more than he's letting on?
I don't think so. We've never talked about Captain Fox. I don't think I've ever uttered his name until now.
We don't know where this, for all intents and purposes, Dad ran off to.
Well, I know he was from the Beacon, and I know he was intent on settling many orc settlements in the east and on the west. Last I heard, he was still in the Beacon, but that's been many years. It's been many years.
Well, if I ever make my way to the Beacon, I'll make sure to, try to find him, and I guess have a conversation. This Barovian witch, do you know where she might be?
Well, I can tell you that Ruby, the way he controlled his mark, is he removed the head of the witch, and he hasn't had trouble since. Your witch, if that's who did that to you, it may be worth searching her out one day.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. That was a good cup of joe.
Well, I'll leave the purple drink. It's no joke. So.
Well, I do find, I don't know if this was the same for Ruby, but I was sober for a brief period, and I didn't have any in and out moments. nor did I rage where I couldn't control myself. I find the alcohol tends to make things a little bit more frisky and uncontrollable. Did he ever say anything about that?
No, nothing like that. That sounds more like a demon of your own that you have to face.
Well, like I said, there's good and evil in everybody.
So she slaps you on the shoulder, harder than you would expect, but still friendly enough. The stale coffee behind the bar. Drink up.
Indeed, I will. I appreciate it.
So as Moth is downstairs, kind of waking up and getting over his hangover, are the rest of you guys upstairs, or has anybody waken up yet?
As a dark elf, I meditate for 4 hours instead of sleeping for a full 8, so I've been up for a bit.
Is there a window in our room?
Yeah, each room has a window. So
I'm sprawled in the morning sunlight.
Of course.
On the sill.
Trying to quietly count money and look at goods, just kind of like trying to do so secretly.
My ears twitch at each clink.
Okay. All right. So, Boot, Kellen, Bree, Cass, you guys are all in the room together. You're missing Zada. Zada looks like he found his room of his own. And of course, Varu and you and Yasmin, they're most likely still in 206, but they're not with you.
I don't understand how you guys are completely fine with the fact that we have this guy just join our team. Like, we don't know anything about him. You guys all really
we know
trust
he's a
Zada?
wizard with a funny stick. We know that.
Yeah, but we also don't know, like, really what is he? You know? I mean, I saw him go through that. I would like to say it was a dungeon with, like, no problems at all, seeing in the dark. Does that not seem weird to any of you?
I suppose I have a question for you, Kalan. What would it take for him to earn your trust?
That's a good question. I'll actually answer that when I find out.
That does not seem very fair. It seems as if you are putting him on kind of a failure, a road to failure. If you say things like that, do you not trust me?
Kind of not. I mean, more than him, though. I mean, at least we come from the same place.
Yes. Well,
but you know Zada, but you're not giving up the information about Zada.
What information?
Well, what can you tell us?
I mean, other
about
than
him?
that he was apparently some kind of pirate or something. I don't know.
Yes, he does own a sheep. Yes, indeed. I suppose what you should know is the last time I saw him, he was just asking for directions. He was in search of the Twisted Rune. I do believe that is important to us as well. It seems, though, that our goals seem to be relatively aligned. And I would ask that if you allot the same amount of trust in me, if you both, seeing as Zada trusts me as well, you can use me as kind of a buffer until you get to know him a little better.
So you're going to take responsibility for anything that he does that is,
I will vouch for him. Yes.
Possibly damaging to our cause.
Should anything happen, then yes, I will take the blame. For the moment, until you learn or find this thing you are looking for, in order to trust him a little bit more. Is that fair?
I think that's fair. I mean, we don't have any reasons for trusting him, but we don't have any reasons for not trust him either.
I have a couple of reasons not to trust him, though.
Well, I think Kellen's got a point. He has been quite dodgy about everything we ask him. And actually, for that matter, Kesk is not too upfront. Like, if you ask me how I knew a bloke from my thieving days, I'd say, we stole a bunch of shit together. We were pinching left and right. But when Cask is answering about how he knows our wizard friend, he's saying, "Hey, we had experience back together, and we did lots of things."
Well, yeah,
That is
and on
not
top
what I sound like.
and on top of that, Kellen, what is your moral compass? Like, what is the thing that actually triggers you? Because we all have done really shitty stuff. I mean, we kill people. I kill an innocent man really recently,
Assault.
and well, we kill snakes and monsters and stuff like that. So
This
what
is
I'm
a
trying to
royal
say,
we.
I'm trying to help you, okay?
I mean, I didn't try killing
I'm
anybody.
trying to help you.
There's
But if
never
you're
an
gonna
intention
take
of
it,
killing
bad cat.
anybody.
Yes, I lick my paw.
My goal is not to go out into the world and start killing people. That's not my thing. I
Killed the
prefer
guy
that
with the half
everyone
a
were
dog,
able
though.
to
Well,
stay alive.
you
But if
just-
they're
you
gonna
just
kill
explode
me, I'm gonna
things and-
kill them first.
Yeah,
You know?
Killed the guy with the
explode
half a
things
dog, though.
And I never blew up anybody. I never blew up anybody that didn't deserve it. Okay.
Whoa!
The guy had half a dog sitting on his lap, and you killed him. He
That
didn't
was
need
a
no
merc-
blowing
that
up.
I
He
did not
wasn't
kill
threatening
him.
you.
I did not kill him.
I kill him.
I put the dog to sleep.
Yeah,
His own wounds would have killed him over time.
it was
I
kind
think
of
we
like
should
this.
all come back to what we were originally saying, and that,
Just yes.
I will
yes.
take the blame if he does anything bad.
Hey, we
are
should
you
Well,
guys
I got
hungry?
my eye on you
At
too.
anyone.
Okay,
I got
that is
two
fair.
eyes on Zada.
I will take your eye as well.
Well, don't take it literally. That sounds like a
No, you are taking it literally. I
wait,
said I will
I-
just take the eye.
Don't take my eye. I need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so
I think
the
it's
thing-
time to
the
go
thing is this.
downstairs.
Exactly.
I'm gonna walk
And-
downstairs.
We need to be civil and polite until proven otherwise. And trust me, if he's, like a cheaty person, I'm gonna kill him. That's it.
You frighten me sometimes, but I respect it.
It takes one.
All
So
right.
we shouldn't be pointing fingers at anyone, okay? We all done pretty shitty stuff, and unless proven, wrong.
How about we get out of this city, blow something up, and do what we need to do, get out of here, and then from there, if we need go our separate ways, we may.
Yeah, let's try to survive this first.
All right. That sounds
my
good to
room-
me.
It's my room next to theirs, but I've been able to overhear their entire conversation.
No, there's a room between you. So there's 201, 203. So you're not hearing
Better
any
this
of
way.
Unless you are using a spell to listen in.
No.
Speaking of which, Zada, what are you doing in your room? Or do
I
we
would
want to
have-
know?
Yeah, I would have been up since morning, just meditating until I hear commotion in the halls. And then I would get up after the group went down and follow them downstairs.
All right. So the first thing you hear is Zada, since you are closest to the stairs that lead downstairs.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait, I did want to do one thing.
Okay.
What is in the room?
You have a handful of beds. I think 4 beds, bedside table, window to your left. It's a standard rent out.
Okay. Is there any lighting candles or torches or
Mhm.
something?
Yeah, there's candles.
Before I walk out of the room, I walk up to the candle. If it's lit, if it's not lit, then I light it. And then I use control flames to form a vague silhouette of Yasmin's face.
Oh,
And then I just puff it away and walk out.
look at you.
So romantic.
Ooh.
Or is he?
Okay. All right. As you're doing that, the concentration's broken. Not that you needed it, but the concentration is broken from the echo of Moth talking downstairs, and then footsteps walking past you, or past your room, going downstairs. All right. As we're going downstairs, the people that are upstairs at any point, you can let me know if you want to jump in or not. But
I want to go downstairs.
okay. All right. So as you guys reconvene downstairs, you do see Moth kind of sitting at the bar, a couple of cups in front of him with coffee. Bertha coming in and out of the kitchen, kind of bringing food. Kind of the same pattern that was going on last night, where they're trying to get rid of the stuff that's going to spoil. Let's cook it. Let's get it out there. So you have bacon, eggs, ham, all this kind of stuff just being put out in front of you. Back in the kitchen, you do see Ruby again, just kind of picking up stuff, getting it all together. So it's just a basic morning going on. Ruby coming in and out if you need him. Bertha coming in and out if you need him. What do you guys like to do?
Can I go?
Yeah.
So if I saw, so I see them coming down and be like, who's actually coming down? We got Bree and okay, so Bree, Boot, Cask, and so all of you guys, all four. Okay.
All of us. Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? I look over my shoulder, see him kind of walking in.
Oh wow, he
Now,
made his
what
way
we
back
doing?
to the inn. I mean, when he ran out last night, I kind of thought that he might, drown himself in the sewers or something.
I don't remember running out, but I'm here and I'm alive and I'm feeling better.
Good
You
to
feel
hear, I
okay?
guess.
Listen,
What do we got there? Is that coffee?
yeah, if you want some, there's some more behind the bar.
You should get a Bloody Mary.
I think I'm gonna stick away from alcohol for a little bit. Think it's causing some problems between me and you guys, and any innocent bystander that might be around. Really, I'm just a problem with alcohol.
Hey, there's power in acknowledging that. Good
Oh my
for
god,
you.
where did you just come from? Is that not
Oh,
weird? Is that not weird?
I think that is an exercise in awareness.
I'm actually glad that you're all here. Hi, Zada, or Z, or Zaddy, or whatever you want to be
Yeah.
called.
Good morning.
Good morning, Moth.
Good morning.
I think we have some decisions to make. I'll let you guys talk for a second. I'm going to slip away and try to find Ruby. I have a couple quick questions for him, and then might present to you guys a plan to get out of here.
Well, don't take too long because we gotta get back to Meep's place and grab all of our gear and stuff.
If you want, we can meet you there.
Yeah, I would like to take part in any kind of decision that is being made.
I'm not making any decisions, more so asking permission for something first before I present an option that then you'll be able to make a decision on.
You
What
asking
are
him
you
to marry
thinking?
you?
No, what I was going to ask him is if we can possibly get passage on his ship after Kellen does some blowing up.
Oh,
I'm not blowing it. I'm not just gonna blow me up.
Not blow you up, but you blow something else up. Not blow, but blow up.
Okay. Yeah, I could blow something up. What do you want blown up?
That changes things.
We need to free Ruby's ship, and I think
Yeah, I could blow up Ruby's ship.
no, not blow up Ruby's ship, but judging by your accuracy the last time I saw it, if you're aiming for the broadside of a bond, you'd probably aim and not hit the bond, but hit Ruby's ship. So let me talk to Ruby and see if we can get passage on the ship, and then we can go on.
Well, we don't
the
want to
ship.
go on the ship if I'm gonna blow it up. That'd
I
be
want you to
weird.
blow up something else so that we can free the ship. We want to free Ruby's ship. He's
Gotcha.
pacing around here like a wild man.
Okay, don't blow up Ruby's ship. We're blowing something else up. But we're still blowing something else up.
You're blowing something else up.
Ah, yeah.
And if somebody else wants to help, but
I would like to accompany Kalan so I can write something about this.
I feel like... All right. I'm going to step away. I'll be right back. And I'm going to go search for Ruby, who was pacing back and forth earlier.
Okay. All right. While he's doing that, did you guys want to do anything or just eat?
Yeah.
Yep, load up on
Um,
breakfast.
Miss Bree?
Okay, so I'm gonna eat a lot, and after we finish the food, I'm going
Oh wait.
with Berta. I want to go with Berta and ask her like, do you have any things that we can help you with? Like maybe some like cured meats that we can take for the travel, or like some cheeses that you're not going to, you know, bring.
So she's just kind of staring at you and kind of sizing you up just to kind of see, like, judging how is this little thing going to help me. Kind of cracks a smile a little bit, reaches underneath the bar and grabs this with one big forearm that she has, and hands you a big bag of rice, and kind of drops it down in your hands.
Nice. This is great. I know who's gonna like it. Thank you.
Tell you what, if you guys want to help, yeah, we're loading as much as we can and trying to sneak it off to the boat. So just start putting it by the door. Anything you can.
Oh, I can take some stuff to the docks. You're taking everything to the docks?
When it gets darker, yeah. We're not trying to draw attention or anything.
Okay. I will do that. Yes, I'm gonna help you, and maybe I can see anyone there that I know.
All right,
from
all right. And she just kind of cocks her and she's like, Brando, come help out a little bit. And she kind of keeps going back and forth to the kitchen.
If there's anything on the table, like anything that I can actually take.
Are you doing it while she's facing you or turned around, or what are you?
Turn around.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
May I make a perception check?
Yes, please. What are you perceiving and what did you get?
I rolled an 11. I was hoping to see if, like, just glance over and see if Bree was stealing. But since I didn't, I'm just gonna cram some sausages into my pockets.
I perceive more
Later.
sausages.
Yeah, you
If I
Maybe
if I saw if there's salami or like a wheel of cheese or something, I will just snatch it and put it in my pocket really quickly.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then I'll go back with the rest of the group.
Okay. So like a fly on the ceiling, his view would be just like random hands just kind of reaching out between like Boot and Cask and Moth, just kind of stealing food, even though it's clearly all there for them. They're still stealing it. So, and then shifting gears over to Moth, you do find Ruby. He's in the kitchen, and he is kind of muscling up some barrels, stacking them by the door as you walk in.
Hey, Ruby.
Aye, what can I do for you, Moth?
Got a quick question for you. Bertha, I had a nice long conversation with her. You're heading out and you're going to Red Star, right?
As soon as we can, that's the plan.
And what's halting you? Your boat, the Jewel's kind of anchored in there, right?
Well, two things are halting me right now, Moth. One is that it seems that somebody in this group killed Nero, which was our border out of town. I know that you guys have denied it, but I swear it was one of you. Second thing holding me up is the good Mayor Ben Rourke has commandeered my vessel in defense of this great city, which is destined to be doomed anyways.
I'm sorry, who commandeered it?
Ben Rourke, the mayor.
Ben Rourke. Gotcha. Ben fucking Rourke. That strikes a bell. I was actually going to go talk to him. And I'll have a plan. So, do you still need the bridge blown?
I do. Well, it was more Everly's plan than mine. And make yourself useful. And he starts handing you bags. Just put them by the door. Just put them by the door. You can multitask with me more.
All right. Well, so two things. I think we can blow the bridge for you. I got a guy who can blow anything, and the absolute best at it.
Is that the waist high? Waist high guy.
Perfect height for it.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this plan's already been in effect, Moth. Mr. Keller McKellar has already been tasked with blowing the bridge. Last I knew, he was out gathering explosives to do so. Did he not share this information with the cadet captain in training?
What I'm saying is we're ready, but you need Ben Rourke dealt with. So this is what we're going to do. I'll have information that I can pass on to him that will allow me to finagle a deal where he will let you take your ship. Has to do with the attack.
Go on.
Well,
Why are you speaking in code, Moth? This is not like you. Speak. He kind of throws a bag into your stomach.
Well, for being honest, I'm not necessarily sure that we trust each other yet, and I think you know more about me than you might be letting on, that's all.
You don't trust me. And he gives you a big, toothy grin, the pierced fang just kind of exposed and smiling at you. Now, tell me, Moth, what have I ever done to make you feel otherwise?
Well, let's start with this. And I'll show him my tattoo.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. And he pulls up his shoulder and he shows you his. He's like, what?
Well, I heard a similar story about your mom that had to do with my mom. Well, not necessarily them together, but separate stories, same ending.
So he's not smiling anymore, but he's still handing you stuff, and you're noticing that he's kind of handing them to you with more force than he has been. You're treading on thin ice there, Moth.
Well, let's just put it this way. At least, I'm not here to fight you. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to really strike a chord and upset you. I'm just saying that we may have had similar experiences that were just brought to my attention, and I didn't know nothing about it. And I don't really care to get to know you all too well, but all I'm saying is, if you knew that I was dealing with this and said nothing, I'd be a little bit upset, and that might be why I don't trust you.
So again, he slams a bag, but it's less of a handoff than it is just like a straight up throw at you. If you want to roll for dexterity, you can. Otherwise, it's coming right at you.
Okay, I will roll for dexterity. Dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, please.
That'll be a 22.
Okay. So you just kind of, with your arms sliding out of the way, like, look, I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't curious when I saw your tattoo, Moth. I've never seen one that wasn't attached to my fucking arm. And that's the only reason I brought you along, is that curiosity. That's it. If you think I have all the answers, you're fucking wrong. I don't know. All I know is that I stopped mine. You haven't stopped yours.
Right, well, I would very much like to stop mine. And I heard you had a Barovian witch, and I'd never even met one, or what they look like, or where they're at, or let alone what they can do. So maybe if you pointed me in the right direction, I can stop mine.
Is that what you want?
I mean, I don't want to keep living like this.
You're going to have to buck up a lot more than you have been, Moth. You have to learn to control your rage, control your feelings, before you can go run off and try to face a Barovian witch.
Now, well, I guess I'll have to buck up a little bit. But that still don't give me a direction, does it?
Do you know where the Deadwoods are?
Well, I have a map here, and I'm going to pull out the map.
So the Deadwoods are pretty famous in prosperity because they're one part of the island that's not, it just nothing is growing there. At one point, the lore is that it was pretty lush. It was almost like jungle environment. And then without any warning at all, just everything started dying, animal, plant, everything. Now it's just a series of dead trees and sand, and that's the Deadwoods. Very, very, very few people have ever been there and returned.
But I would know about this.
That's general knowledge.
I mean, I've heard of these Deadwoods. I never had a reason to go. Listen, just a couple of years ago, I was living in the wilderness on the east, and then my mom died. And so I don't know much about anything, but I've heard about these Deadwoods.
All right. Well, everybody needs a goal in life, Moth, and it looks like you're well on your way to finding yours. Deadwoods, that's where I would start if I was looking for a Barovian witch. That's where I found mine. Maybe that's where you'll find yours.
All right, well, I guess we'll deal to that when the time comes, but first we have bigger, more important things to deal with. I'll talk to Ben Rourke. We'll secure our way out of here and get your ship back with free passage and one ticket to drop us off where we need to be. That might be Red Star.
Did you hear that, Barovian witch?
That might be Red Star, might not, but when we ask to be dropped off, you don't give us a hard time, and we'll help.
So his smile came back, and he's pretty amused at you acting tough. Do me a favor, roll for intimidation. Just
intimidation. 17.
Okay. So his smile hasn't broke, but he's not really pushing back either. He does take one of his, even his fingers are muscular, kind of points at your head, points at your tattoo. Before you start giving orders, Moth, learn to control this. And he points at your head. And learn to control this. And he points at your tattoo. Don't let them control you. And then he walks out the door holding one of the big barrels.
All right, I'm gonna walk to the group.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Waiting.
Waiting. All right. So as the conversations have been flying with Bertha, with Moth, you guys have been eating, and you're all muted, is what somebody said. But the morning is going. The light is coming in through the window. Bertha and Ruby just carrying things to the front door of the establishment. Brandel every once in a while coming back and down, up and down the stairs, just carrying linen. Just it looks like they're just getting ready to leave. So what's been going on?
Do we have a ATA of when they're leaving?
Are you asking DM or who are you asking?
I'm pretty the group. Yeah.
As far as I understand it, we have to help them in some way, and I gotta blow something up. So, I guess I can't leave until then. I don't know.
As Moth comes back to the table, I'll ask him if he got us passage on the Ruby Jewel, or on the Jewel with the Ocean Sea.
Well, Cask, I did, but we have to talk to Ben Rourke.
The mayor?
The mayor?
And we have to, seeing as he still wants to defend this city, we need to let him know about the Echo and the Whisper's plans on attacking the city. Whether we make it up or tell him what we know, which isn't much, we need to be convincing enough where he'll allow us to get the jewel, which has been commandeered for the defense of this city.
If he knows that we want the jewel, what makes you think he'll give it up?
We just have to give him knowledge of the attack to help with the defense in exchange for the jewel.
Oh, Marv, you're just so trusting. I love how you think we'll give him knowledge, and he'll be like, "Oh, why don't you take your ship back? You can have it. We'll fill it up with arms and armor and gold, and set you on your merry way. We gotta steal it. We gotta steal it back. We owe no loyalty to these Stonewall. Sorry, Bree. These people here.
Don't take it. Don't worry.
I mean, I agree in one sense that maybe we should at least warn them about the incoming invasion.
Listen,
So we can put ourselves in league with the bad guys. I don't know if you know this, but we used to be on the same team as the bad guys.
Wait, who's the bad guys?
The Whisper and the Echo.
Oh, are they the bad guys?
That's who's attacking the
thought that-
city.
That's
I mean, you
we
guys
were
were talking
announcing.
about.
For being
Yeah,
a
I mean, I
genius,
no longer,
you're a
like,
little
maybe
slow.
associate.
You're a little dull.
Wait a second. I don't associate with the Whisper or the Echo anymore, but that doesn't mean that they're the bad guys. I have friends still back in the Echo.
listen. Let's cut in here for one moment. We all found a place in the Whisper and the Echo in this military our lives, and it's not us. I can look at all of you, and none of you are fine cut soldiers, no offense. And you all have something better to be doing with your life. And personally, the way that they've been treating people, it don't sit right with me, and I think we need to do something about it. And if that just means letting our friends even though I cut off his arm, and the other one's missing a tongue, well, actually it might have been the same one, I don't even remember. But people like that deserve a chance to fight.
Listen, so I wasn't saying necessarily that all the Echo or all the Whisper are bad. I just meant that they're attacking the city. And if we give word as to what our plan is, that plan is likely to get foiled. I think we should do what's best for us. We should nab the ship. We should get these people who helped us out of here, sail our merry way from the city that's under attack, and fuck them. Let them die. You already chopped off one of their hands. What's a head do after that?
Cask, what do you think?
It seems in the favor of self-preservation that Boot does have a point. Though it would not be unwise to at least give them a fighting chance. I'm not saying we should leave a note, but I do agree that there is a clear and present danger.
Let's put it this way. It might be creating a distraction. Let's talk to them and let them know that there's an attack undergoing, and they do whatever they do, and that way we can sleep out that way. But
Blowing up.
they will have some chance to either leave if they want to, or fight if they must.
I'm kind of with the little one here.
To add on to what she is saying, blowing up the bridge will likely help the people of Stonewall anyway. It will destroy a point of attack in which the Whisper would have, giving them at least a fighting chance.
Is the bridge actually a benefit to Whisper and Echo to getting into the city, or is it a hindrance in which the city people can't escape?
Well, then you are fighting a war of attrition.
No, I'm asking the DM.
Oh. I mean, that's going to be a judgment call on you.
Like, is it going south to, like, is the bridge to the southern?
Yeah, it connects to the bridge. The bridge that's in question is connected to the south.
The one that
Okay, so I can assume that blowing that up will actually slow down the Echo from getting into the city.
There must be another exit, right?
We know where the Echo's attacking from, though, right? No?
I have.
I'm just trying to recount.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to tell them that they don't already know? They are preparing for an attack right now. You want to just go and be buddy and chat it up with the mayor?
Listen,
Just chop it up.
for a drow with such a silver tongue, I think you can come up with some bullshit to feed him, earn his trust, and allow us to get the ship without having to kill anybody and sail out of here the merry way.
I think I actually understand. I understand Mott's point. Because the Whisper are already on this side. There's nothing really that we can do about the invasion. The invasion's coming, and it's going to destroy the city, no matter what we do. The Whisper has already entrance in, and will be able to take out and basically they have the strategy, they have the means. So the only thing that we can really do is to suggest to Mr. Rock that they leave.
That he gives up an additional line of protection.
No, that they leave. And if they choose not to leave, then we should definitely take the boat, because that's in our best interests for sure.
So, I know people defending their homes, and they don't give it up so easily. If they say someone suggests to them to get out of there, they're going to scoff and just hold their spears harder and defend their own land. I think it's crazy.
Sometimes you just gotta let the dice roll and see what happens.
You're right. We should take a risk. I like Boot's plan. Boot, maybe you should steal the thing, have somebody watch while I go and help Kellen blow up the bridge.
You guys keep mentioning this blowing up a bridge thing.
Oh yeah, do you want to come see?
I mean, I'm curious where this came from.
It's to create a distraction.
What is your opinion?
To deal with the bridge.
Say it out.
We can skate out.
Opinion of what, dear?
Opinion what to do. But I mean, you have experience in diplomacy. What do you think? Diplomacy aside, don't just tell the truth.
I mean, this sounds like your guys' adventure. Obviously I want to get out of the city as well, and I think there's safety in numbers. So, I'm also not
I think
a fisticuffs type of guy. So if we can avoid confrontation,
by being snaky.
Do you know Ben Rourke well? I mean, you were an ambassador.
DM, I do not remember if I have a relationship with.
Right. Ben Rourke really isn't in your circle. You are familiar with his brother Jeffrey Rourke, but not so much Ben Rourke. You're not. While I got this minute, Boot, can you roll for perception real quick?
Mm-hmm. Bum 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 bum. 18.
Okay. All right.
Because we're indoors.
As this conversation is going back and forth, you do see at the far window someone looking in, and with your perception, you can tell that it's Meat. Has like kind of binocular his eyes up against the window and is looking in, and you can see the moment that his eyes widen and he sees you, and he just kind of does one of these, and he walks around the building. So that's what you saw.
Do I know if he walked to the back door or if he just walked away?
He walked toward the direction of the front door.
Okay.
No, nobody else saw that.
No.
All right, I'm going to stand up in the middle of people talking and kind of shouting their ideas and say, I think I've got an idea. I'm going to walk to the door and say, we've got some armor to get. Why don't we get that? When we get back in our clothes, I think we'll have the perfect plan. And I'm going to open the door.
Wait, so are we going to go follow him?
He's just walking to the other side of the room.
All right, I guess I'll go and
Yes.
follow him. Yeah, I gotta go get my clothes too. I gotta get my my
Let's
armor.
go.
So Boot opens the door. You see this Meep, who you've met before, but he's riding on this boar, this very large boar. Kind of riding it. A wagon is attached to the back of the boar, and you can see that it's covered in canvas. And he kind of really just jumps up the stairs, and he's coming into the Midnight Inn before you guys even know what's going on. He's inside the room with you.
It's very nice to see you all again.
And he kind of gives you a wink. And,
Oh.
Speak of the
I
devil.
didn't even realize we ordered our Ubor.
Always with the quick wit you are. I promised a good job with your armors. I've delivered. Meep is here.
and he throws off the canvas to show you guys your armor that you gave him. If you gave him any armor, you can see that it's completely polished, completely new colors. Whatever directions you gave him look like they've been followed to the T. He starts handing them back out to you, giving pleasantries. Boot, as you're standing there, yours appears is last. And he's like,
And saving the best for last.
and he kind of holds it up, and what you see is this your studded armor that you gave him is still studded armor in name, but he has worked tirelessly, it looks like, in leather working in a nude vision of a goblin female with her arms upstretched. So it starts at your stomach and the arms are stretching up towards your neck, and in her hand she's holding a crystal, an onyx, and it's inlaid into the armor.
Said, this is a very
In Goblin,
this is a very special armor that I made for you.
and he looks around
In this gray.
and kind of giggles, and he hands you the armor.
This is guaranteed never to get dirty, never to get soiled. You can get blood, shit, spit on it, and it never goes dull. It's always got to shine.
I'm gonna take it in my arms and then back in Goblin say, "Why, Meep? I've never been so touched in my life. This is quite an honor. You have done me and your Goblin heritage proud."
Your goblin gets better every time we talk.
It's a bit rusty. But thanks.
I treasure every time that we get to talk. A savior of the endless grey, talking to Meep. Isn't that something? If you ever need me, touch the onyx, and I will come running.
All right. Well, thank you, Meep. This is beautiful.
Is there
Back in common,
is there anything else that Meep can do for you before he heads back?
Mate,
Large, ugly one, yes.
I don't know who you are calling me ugly, but it's okay. I'm gonna pull out my great axe. And see this little dent right here? It'll mean a lot if you can just pow real quick.
Oh, definitely. Now, not even a charge. I'm not leaving this building until I get my payment for fixing the other armor.
and you can, as he's talking and kind of chit-chatting with all of you guys, you can see that he's very comfortable in talking to every race at this point in his life. He slides the wagon underneath the boar, almost like there's a treadmill. So the boar starts walking with his back legs, and it's got this grinder in the back of the thing, and he just starts grinding your great axe and banging it out and fixing it for you. Time passes, and your great axe looks as good as new, as sharp as ever, and hands it back to you, and kind of diddles with the mother's hair at the end of it.
Very fine weapon you have there.
Thank you. I appreciate that, mate.
All right.
How much for your services?
Well, we were charging it to Ruby Jewel, but if you would like to pay for it, the grand total would be, I believe we talked about total.
Oh, we did talk about billing it to Ruby Jewel's tab. You are right. I remember now.
Oh, well, okay then. All right, well, yeah, I'll just follow up with Ruby then.
All right. We gotta be
Perfect.
On our way?
yeah, I
We
think
do.
we need to we gotta
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we gotta go head up to Costa. Meep,
Costa.
do you know who the Costa is here?
Yeah, 1 second. I do have his name written down in Word. 1 second.
Oh, you
Word.
studied the word as well.
Oh, always, yeah. There is. Yeah, the Costa, he's a gnomish fellow by the name of, Hatch, I believe.
Oh.
Don't know the last name, but Hatch. Everybody
Gnomish,
calls
eh?
him Hatch. Yeah.
And then you see
One of my
Ruby
kin.
one of your kin, yeah. And again, the
Right.
Ruby and Bertha carrying stuff, Brandel, they're all good. And they're really just trying to shoo Meep out. And that's what you got. What would
Shall
you like?
we
Yeah, I'm
make
gonna
our way?
whisper. Yeah, let's go. Do what you do best, huh?
Wait, what? Go to the Costa? I'm walking?
I think
Orgasm?
Oh.
Be insufferable, I believe he was saying.
Oh.
Oh. Yes. All right, let's continue. Being insufferable.
I'm gonna put my axe. I have 2 great axes that are crossed on my back, and I'm just gonna kind of. I'm gonna hit him on the back and just walk out the front door.
I'm going to take a little bit of time to don my armor as well. I think everyone else might want to do the same.
I'm gonna put on mine as well. And I thought that we were going to talk to Brooke. That is the first thing that we were going to do.
Well, first was getting our armor back, but now that we got
Well-
that, I kind of feel better if I had something that was explosive in my possession. And
I
then,
will go
then
with
we can talk to
Kelan.
Ben.
Yes. Kelan and I can go and secure the package while you talk to Ben. I mean, it is not hard to just pick something up, right?
Why don't we? I hate to suggest this. I'm gonna be kind of standing in the doorway. Why don't you 3? I'm gonna point to Cask, Cullen, and Bree. Hang out and do the docks thing, and then Boot and Zada come with me, and we'll go talk to Ben.
Wait, I'm not doing that right away. Am I? Not in the middle of the day.
No.
We were not. I thought that was. Well, we pick up the package and then we can
Set it
do
up.
what we. Oh, we need. It is just materials, right?
It's
And
materials, yeah.
besides,
I can take
I-
care
Yeah,
of
we can
it.
pick up materials.
I
Yeah,
will prefer to go in with you guys because I know the Brooks.
Oh,
There you go. You have a contact.
That'd probably be helpful.
that'll be very helpful. Why don't you say something sooner?
I'll tell you what.
I just let you, take the lead. You love that.
Well, I was asking Zada if he knew him. All right. Well, it helps to know.
Maybe
I'll tell
Zada
you,
should come
you
with
all
us.
what as well. I will monitor the Ocean Pearl, get a look at what the defense is and how it's all locked up, and that way we can go in not flying blind like a bunch of blind creatures, and instead go in know what we're doing when we blow this thing up out.
Scout
We
it out.
break it out.
All
Thank
right.
you.
New plan.
Scout.
Bree, you and me. Boot, who do you want to go with you?
I can go by myself.
All right. If you
Scope it out.
prefer it. Zada, who are you going with? You're muted. I can't hear. Your voice went away. I don't know.
Yes, it like blanks out sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with the bomb squad. That sounds like
Bomb squad.
a good time.
Oh,
Yeah. Zada, why don't you come with us?
Bomb squad.
Bree, can you lead the way? Let's make quick.
I kind of know the way, so.
Just to be clear, we have the tiny murderer and the giant murderer going to do the diplomacy, and we have the bomb expert going with the 2 charismatic people to buy bombs. Okay, cool. Just checking.
Ready, break.
I don't see the problem. I mean,
Boot, I'm actually
I did.
what could go wrong?
I'm actually a captain in training, and His Majesty's army that's gone rogue, that has some insider information on how he can possibly save his city.
It's
And
true.
know
I
their
don't even know
groups, so-
I don't know
Actually-
why I said a single thing.
And she knows it.
A single thing.
Okay. All right. All right. So as you guys start making your way in three different directions,
DM that.
Boot, you were the lone person going towards the Ocean Jewel, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So you're able, and if you want to, you're able to accompany Kellen, Zada, and Cask until you get to that area. The Coster is right there on the docks, over where the Ocean Jewel is. So let me switch over to Bree and Moth as you guys are making your way toward the Org. So the Midnight Inn is not that far actually from the Org gates. You do recall back, Bree, Moth, you were not existent at this point, but Bree, you do remember calling back the gates, and there you saw Ben Rourke and Periwinkle and a large Loxodon just kind of standing there at the gates. Maybe about a couple minutes walking distance. As you're walking by, you do see again the orphanage is like this beacon. Every time you see it, you just, it's there, it's ever present in your mind. And it also recalls back these figures. And you just do a quick glance around just to see if you see these figures again. Do me a favor and roll for perception for that.
You're talking to, sorry, Bree or me?
Bree.
Okay.
Plus perception. That's 16
Okay.
total.
Okay. Every couple shadows you see, you're like, oh my gosh, are these the people? But it just turns out to be shadows, or maybe they're not. But you don't get a clear view of anything that draws you toward it.
Moth, did I ever tell you why I suddenly ran away? Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yeah. Towards the orphanage.
Well, I remember following you into it, and you were saying something in the beginning. Kind of escapes me because I've been inside two people's minds, yours included, and honestly, I kind of blacked out there for a minute. So,
Well, first of all, thank you for following me. I would probably be dead if you hadn't. And second of all, I'm sorry for the kind of weird shit that you probably saw inside of my brain. It gets worse. But yeah, I'm trying to make a joke. So sorry, and thank you. That's it.
I know we just met, Bree, and I feel like a lot of people know a lot about me. Raging alcoholic, guy who can't control himself, almost gets everybody killed. That's me. I got a lot to work on personally, but I want you to know that I got your back, and you can trust me. And if you ever need somewhere to talk to, if I had a door, which I never had a room in my life to sleep in, that door would be open, but...
Thank you, man. I mean, I know that I can trust you. You know why?
Is it because, charming?
No, it's because when I was the most vulnerable, I mean, you were inside of my brain, literally, and you could have done whatever. And, you know, you could have seen like deep stuff and dark secrets and things that I am embarrassed about, my past or stuff like that. And you could have, you know, walk around, but I told you not to, and you didn't. So I know that I can trust you. I don't know how much I can trust the rest of the group. I mean, that cat, it's
Oh, Cask, I like Cask is my buddy. I'll be honest with you. The way he finagles the instrument, he's like,
He's so charming.
you know, and
It's not natural to be that charming, but he is. So I don't know.
he's tall, he's got a good coat.
He has secrets. I'm pretty sure he has secrets. But you know, I know that I can trust you. And the same thing. I got you back. And
I appreciate that.
And the reason why I ran away and I walked into the orphanage was because I saw a couple of figures from my past. People that were involved in the... Well, everything is convoluted, but ghosts, basically. Haunted figures, things that I would like to get over with. And
if I could just speak plainly, we all got demons that we're battling, Bree. And sometimes those demons get the best of us. But sometimes we need to grab those demons by the fucking throat and strangle them.
Yes, we should. Or stab them.
Now, you're a strong girl. You don't necessarily need my help with a lot of things. But I would recommend sometimes if you need to face something, then you just do it and ask questions later or for forgiveness later and just do what Bree needs to do for herself. But right now...
I totally get that. I absolutely love that. Yeah, like double stab, yes.
Right.
Instead of, make sure that it's dead. Double stab, yeah, always, yeah.
Right, one in the neck, one in the chest. But
the
best thing right now, we need to convince a man that you said you know, and I don't even know how, that I have important information to give to him in exchange for the jewel. Can you do that?
Say that again.
So what we're going to do, this is the plan. You know, how do you know Ben Rourke?
From my past.
Is it a positive past with Ben Rourke for you?
But, growing up together, like all of us, the Rourke brothers, they were like famous and kind of handsome stuff, popular. Okay. And we were like the poor and fatherless people. So we kind of grew up together, basically going to the same school, if you may.
All right, so if he saw you, he'd recognize you and he'd have a smile.
I think he might.
As you guys are having this conversation, you're getting closer to the org. The first person that catches your eye, just because you already have special feelings about him, is Periwinkle. And he's standing at the gate, kind of pointing, giving orders, only like someone like Periwinkle could do. That's who's standing at the gate as you approach. I am going to shift real quick to the other group. As you guys are walking there, is there any kind of conversation or any stops that y'all wanted to make before you get to the docks?
Right before we walked out of the place that we were, where were we? Tavern?
The Midnight
Inn, right. I would cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself appear like an old white dude with like long, like shoulder-length white hair, and then just a plain robe, and then my walking stick.
Okay. All right. Elderly, is that the look you're going for?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the deal, Zada? Why are you looking like that?
I mean, you guys are talking about committing terrorist acts, so I figure it's best I not look like my normal self.
That's actually really astute of you. I can you do that to me?
I unfortunately cannot.
That's
I
actually
look
really
down
good.
at my bright blue plants. Oh, these are
Somebody
very. Somebody might not. You know, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I know. Like,
think we're
you
fine.
you stand out like a sore thumb. I mean, if anything, he's the one that needs to disguise.
Me?
But yeah,
As you're making your way, having this conversation, you are passing Mazzy's tower and the altar of the twisted rune and whatnot. You see the gathering the orc soldiers over by the sinkhole still, by the Blarney snake. Cass, the little boy who had initially came to you when the sinkhole formed and asked you if you're there to help and if you're a hero, that kind of thing. It's the same boy that was in the funeral procession. You do see him with a wooden sword of his own, and he's kind of just banging away on the side of the Blarney snake and kind of fighting pretend something. But that's the image that you see, and if you guys want to keep talking, you're probably a good minute or two from the docks.
Is that where we are headed? To the docks?
Yeah, the
Sort of.
coster is on the docks and the boat is on the docks.
Yes. Well, have you heard
Right.
the one about the beholder's favorite food?
I have not.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
This is a lot
You're
of
not
eyes.
here, Boot.
Oh, I'm not.
Or is
That-
Boot here?
Oh wait,
Is-
what?
That
Is
is
Boot
a
here
good
because
one.
it's on
Yeah,
the way
Boot-
to the docks, right?
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
you're-
that
yeah.
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
too
there.
I left on the inside.
For some reason, I thought I was Boot for a second. Sorry about that.
Aha! I'm so convincing. All right, I'm ready.
Maybe
to
maybe on the way I just noticed there's a Scruggs Market. Maybe on the way back we should probably stop there. Actually, we never actually divvied up all the coin that we found.
Yeah, we didn't. Bree was holding on to that, I believe, from the last dungeon.
Well, I had some actually. I still have about 50 gold in my bag.
Do you
And then-
now? And you didn't
Yeah.
decide to share with anyone. Okay.
Well, this
anyway.
is the one that you guys gave us. The one we were supposed to divvy up.
Mhm.
The
Yep,
50
when you
gold
when you
that was
didn't
on
tell
the
us about
ground.
the potions, you kind of kept that to yourself, huh?
I don't
I
know what you're
mean,
talking about. 'Cause I
I'm
don't
very
believe
happy that you were
actually
able to share
that.
with us the golds,
I
but
don't think he did see it.
I don't think he
I
did
don't-
see that.
I was the only one
Oh,
who saw it.
any potions?
actually, you talked about it later. You talked about how you had the potions, and then we gave one to Bree because of that. It happened.
No,
I remember.
Bree ran away. There was never any potion giving. She went to go after Zada at that point. It does not matter because Kask is an honest tabaxi. And yes, we did. It was part of the story. We were creating adventure and deciding on how to split this party. We're waiting for the ultimate time to reveal how much we have hoarded over a period of time. So far,
Sure.
our yield is maybe like 30 gold apiece.
Oh, is
Kask,
it
is
that
this
much?
the ultimate moments that you were waiting for?
No, unfortunately, but not everything can have a dramatic reveal.
Well said.
But as I was mentioning, I was just saying I think we should stop at the market after we stop at the Costa, just so that way we can make sure that we get all the gear and things that we might need for the trip. I don't know exactly.
Shh.
What?
Trip.
On the streets,
Your voice
the
down.
ears and whatnot.
We're not in the tavern anymore.
Yeah, but we can say we're going on a trip. We're not locked
Okay.
to this place.
So in this trip, we need to pick up our package from the caster. And what do you need? Just some supplies?
Whatever they left me at the Costa. I mean, I'm not going to use it for their means, but
Let's go get that first and see where it takes us.
yeah.
So as you guys start approaching, again, walking past Scruggs, walking past the choking goat, making your way towards the docks, you do see what's kind of leading you towards that is Ruby's ship that you saw when you first entered the city, and it is, again, it's a magnificent sight when you see it. It has been well taken care of. The biggest difference, that you guys don't know because you've never seen it before a couple days ago, there are cannons lining each side of it. So it looks like more of a warship than it was probably intended to look like.
This
I will slap a boot on the back and tell him good luck with his part and cast Bardic Inspiration for 10 minutes while he is sneaking around.
Okay. All right. So as Boot slinks off towards his destination, you three are continuing on towards the Coster of the North. Coster of the North is kind of built into a water mill type setting. So it's pushing water in. You can see that there's almost a conveyor belt of packages just going on to like ship after ship after ship. Much smaller than the Ocean Jewel, but still, it looks like it's one of those facilities that just is running nonstop, 24 hours a day. As you get closer to it, you see that it is in fact the Coster of the North. And
before we enter the door, I squat down in front of Kellan and I say, okay, so here's what we need. You walk in there, you say, I need the package from Artuli, and we get the package, and then you walk out. Clean stuff. What do you think?
Okay. That sounds great. You're not coming in with me. You're just
I'll
here
come
for
in
moral
with you.
support?
No, I will come in with you.
Okay.
I just thought we should have a game plan.
All right. Kask, Zada, I just want to be clear about this before we go in. I know that bats do see. Because, before I said that bats don't see their blinds, but I know they are not blind. I just want to be clear that was more of just because it was a misconception that I knew that most people didn't know that. So, just to be clear, that's all I had to say. Let's continue.
I believe you.
Bats and windmills, this one. He knows everything.
Indeed. It is impressive.
It is. You went to a school as well. I wonder what that was like. Let us go in.
Mostly homeschooled.
As you enter, Zada, you've seen stuff like this before, but still, it kind of takes your breath away. Cask, not so much. And then Kellen, you're right at home. It looks like this has artificer magic just written all over it. Things moving, gears grinding, automations going, things that just seem beyond belief to you, Cask. As you are entering and seeing this wonderland, almost like Willy Wonka if you were into, robots, going on in front of you and packages being sent out through the back door, you see just a crown of a head going back and forth, wearing a cap, putting packages up on the desk, putting packages here and there. Little bell goes off behind as you enter, and Kellen, you hear in that native Gavin Gloom voice, "Make yourself at home, boys."
It's so good to hear my I don't know. Not really a language.
One of the people.
I like hearing the folly sounds, So
two tiny hands just lift up and look over the desk. Oh, fuck me. Kellen, is that you?
Oh, wait a second. Who's this? I can't see because you're behind the table.
Little footsteps going up a set of stairs. It's me, and takes off the hat, and you see this long flowing hair just fall down on her shoulders as your friend Hatch Fairweather stands before you.
Hatch, what are you doing here?
I'm just getting by, doing what I gotta do. What the fuck you doing here?
Well, I probably shouldn't be here, but it's good to see you. I don't know why you're here instead of in the folly.
Well, girls got to do what they got to do. You gotta make a dime somehow.
Yeah, but why come here? This is kind of like a back end town kind of thing,
Hey, whoa there, Mr. Judgy said. I mean, come on, no, Stonewall's no worse off than any other place in the prosperity. Never took you as that type, Kellen.
I don't know about that. I mean, sure. You know what? I apologize. I want to be straight with you. So, good to see you, Hatch. You
Good
know,
to see you.
seeing you here makes me... I heard another voice recently that was very familiar. You didn't happen to hear of where Christoph was, did you?
Your pa? What are you? Your
Yeah.
dad? I mean, nah. I mean, I saw him. Well, I know he was in these parts. I know he's got some important friends, but
How long ago was that?
well, 1 second. It kind of again goes back down the stairs. You hear rummaging more than anything, and she comes back up with the package, blows dust off of it. Well, probably about as long as this has been here waiting for him.
Oh, this is for my dad?
Yeah, throws it on the desk. I mean, you're welcome to it. I mean, if anything, I was just gonna probably take it myself at some point. But I mean, family's family. If you want it, you can have it.
Yeah, that's appreciated as well. I'm gonna go ahead and open it right in front of my friends here.
And kind of looks up for the first time. But bodyguards? You into something new? Pleasure to meet you guys.
Yeah, it's kind of what they are. Yeah. I mean,
I
this
imagine.
is Cascola Lionel.
As he
and,
introduces me, I'm like touching something precarious. Maybe it falls over.
Don't touch anything.
Helen, come
Cask.
on. Running a fucking business here.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know which of these things, can blow up. So we got to be careful. Just think about that. All right. And then over here to my left is Mr. Zadasir.
How do you do, Grandpa?
Oh, that's right. You didn't tell me if you had a different name.
It's fine.
So
You
right
don't
now
need-
you just look like an old guy. But
Yeah.
I
You
just
don't
gave
need
away
too
your
many
name.
status to his. I'll remember that name always.
Yeah. Gnomes, we got it in our head like it's lock and key.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So, yeah, okay, I'm gonna just open up this package and see.
Okay.
Since I came to the packy.
All right. So you start opening it up and you see it's a letter. Looks like it's wrapped in a wooden box. Opening up the box, you see it's just a regular letter. A wax seal on it. The seal itself is that familiar. You're starting to get used to it. Lion's head with the wings behind it. Wax seal on the paper.
Okay. This is odd.
And if you open it up, are you opening it up, Colin?
Yeah, I'll open it up right here.
Okay. It says, "My dear friend, I pray this message reaches you in time. I have dispatched a parcel to all civilized fronts and hope that my words find you before your departure to the Dead Woods. Do not go. I fear the new throne has become aware of our plans, and unfortunately the part you have played in helping us. I'm so sorry, Christoph. If you receive this message, please travel to the safety of Varashun at once. Signed, Queen Ileana."
Oh. So I'm not necessarily, this is not necessarily being shown to anybody, but I'm just like reading it kind of thing, right?
Right.
And I fold it up and I put it in one of my coat pockets and that's interesting. So I believe a man named by, I don't know if he gave his name, left a package for maybe myself. Did you hear
For you?
anything? Yes.
Man, we get, you know how the game goes. We get thousands and thousands of packages a day. Let me get to it. I'll start looking, and I'll let you know. Feel free to rummage around. Looks like your tall, 7 foot, 8 foot tall friend there is doing what he wants to do. So just kind of wrangle him in if you can, and let me get back with you.
Actually, if you don't mind, I'd like to tag along with you, and I want to catch up with you a little bit.
Okay. All right. So as that's happening, let me switch gears just real quick over to Boot. And Boot, you're going towards the ship, and just let me know what you're doing. Are you moving sneakily, or are you just kind of going with the flow?
So I want to kind of just act like I'm on the dock, kind of making my way around. My main goal here is to see kind of where the security detail is, where the best place to maybe blow, if there's a single locking mechanism or something like that could be blown up, how exactly this thing is there, since we're just kind of going in blind right now and just assuming we're going to be able to blow up something.
Okay. All right. As you're getting closer to the dock, just kind of, doing your best to blend in, and you're doing a really good job of it. The only thing is that it's really, really bright outside, to the point where it's almost painful that you're in the sun this bright. So there's that. But doing the best you can in the bright daylight, you are seeing that the Ocean Jewel has been anchored ashore. It looks like the cannons themselves have been turned to face the large road that enters the city center, almost like it's a floating barrage of cannon fire. There are multiple guards standing right in front of the Ocean Jewel. On top of the ship itself, you do see movement. Hard to tell who it is from where you're standing, but you do see movement on the docks, movement on the boat. But you're not seeing any friendly faces.
How is it anchored or locked to the dock?
It looks like a series of ropes going straight down. That you would, just common knowledge, know that there's anchors attached to.
Okay, so we're not going to need to. From what I'm gathering, at least about this, we don't need to blow anything up to get the ship out.
No, it looks like the ship is docked. It's docked.
Okay, but it's just anchored there, it's actually in the water still.
Yeah, the best you can tell, the biggest obstacle is the amount of soldiers standing in the way.
Okay. All right. Unless there's anything else I can glean from, I guess, how many soldiers am I counting?
You're counting a half a dozen on the docks, and then hard to count just because, again, the sun really messing with you, but there's at least 10 or so total that you can count, that you can see.
So another 10 on the boat?
10 total. 6, and then you're seeing at least 4 floating around on the boat somewhere.
All right. Are there any other boats that are in the dock?
Yeah, mini boats. Most of them are shipping cargo, that kind of stuff. Fishing boats, smaller boats.
Are any of them also commandeered like the Ocean Pearl is by the military?
Yeah, so the Ocean Jewel is the biggest of them.
Oh, there's Jewel.
There are other ships that are set up that are much smaller, but it is kind of the same configuration. You have the Ocean Jewel here with the cannons pointed toward the entrance, and then about 100 yards away, another ship, cannons pointed that way. On the other side of the bank, another ship pointed. So there are roughly about a dozen ships matching the same description, all kind of turned to meet someone coming across that bridge.
Okay. And then one last observation. Does this look scalable from would a person be able to climb up the anchor or the ropes? Or is it how does that look? Are there any alternative ways onto the boat that I'm gathering?
It looks like you would need some pretty good agility to make it up there, but
all right.
Without trying it, that's about as much as you're gathering.
I scoff and go, yeah. Easy. All right, I'm going to turn back to the coster.
Okay. All right. Let me switch gears back over to Moth and Bree. You guys had approached the gate. Periwinkle is there, sees you but not acknowledging you, and still kind of giving directions as he's going.
Bree, do we just kind of walk past him?
No, we should say hi.
Are you sure?
Hi, Periwinkle. Why the long face?
He looks down at you and kind of before he can catch himself, kind of touches his nose, but then doesn't want to give you the satisfaction. He's like, up. Please, it's I last people I expected to see here today, but what can I do for you?
We will would like to see Rook.
You would just like to walk in and see the mayor of our city, Ben Rourke. Is that just like that? You would like to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, of course. No. No, that's
Why
not
not?
how it works. That's not how it works. Green?
Oh.
What I can do for you, since you've always been so kind to me and showed me such generosity, I can send someone for Rourke, as you called him, and let him know that you would like to see him, and perhaps he can pencil you in.
Periwinkle. Remember me? Last time you saw me, I cut a guy's arm off in front of you.
Hard to forget.
You like your arms, right? Because I don't see nobody around you right now that's going to stop me from cutting them off.
So he's, without even making you roll, he is visibly shaken by you guys, and at the same time, you are entering the org, which is the military stronghold, and there are literally hundreds of people around him.
Oh, okay.
That could stop you.
Oh, sorry. Let me. But today's your lucky day. So I personally want. I think I'd make a better ally than foe, don't you think? And I think I might be a good attribute to your chances of survival here in the city, right?
I thought you were with the Echo. Aren't you with the Echo? You were so proud to be with the Echo.
How about I was a captain in training with the Echo that has some pertinent information about where, say, the attack might take place on this city in one night's fold.
I mean, obviously, we don't want to disturb your really important endeavor right now, just, pointing and doing all that. But we really appreciate if you could actually send for someone and, let us talk to him, because this is of a matter of importance.
How would it sound if Periwinkle, savior of the city, or it could be Periwinkle, the guy who turned away the guy who could save the city, and you can go down in history as that guy.
Well, if the city burns, there's not going to be anyone saying anything, right?
Yeah. Moth, roll for persuasion.
We're so fucked.
Doing good here. Do I get advantage?
No, you got a +1 though.
Yeah. God damn it.
What'd you get?
4.
4. Okay. All right. You almost didn't have him, but he was thinking about it for a second. I've got an idea. I will send someone, but I want something in return. How's that?
Well, time is of the essence. It depends, I guess.
Oh, this is easy. This is doable. You can do this right now.
All right.
All I want is for Bree to apologize for hitting me in the face when it wasn't called for. That's all I want.
You were making fun of us. You have a really sick. Oh my god.
No, now's not the time. Just remember I said those demons we have good demons and bad demons. Just take the demon and strangle it and just say sorry.
Waiting.
Periwinkle, I apologize for hitting you last time.
Apology accepted. No need to apologize at all. If you have a seat, I'll have someone go for Ben. I think he was going to look for you guys anyways. And
Thank you.
he directs you guys towards a barracks, and you are seeing it's pretty busy. As busy as it was at the Midnight Inn, multiply that by about 10 of people just coming in and out of the Ord gates, you're seeing activity on Lookout Point. It's just busy. As you guys go over there and sit down, you do see Periwinkle kind of give you like he got you kind of grin. And you do see that he whispered towards someone who runs off towards the main armory building.
See what I did, Buff? I was really smart. I was really smart. I said, I apologize for the last time that I hit you, but I'm gonna hit him again. Double punch, and I'm not going to apologize next time, I swear. He's looking for it. Hi, Periwinkle. Hi.
All right, we're gonna switch gears back over to Kellen and Cask and Zada. So Kellen, you were following around Hatch. Hatch is kind of going through and carefully pulling out letters. It almost with like lightning quickness, kind of going through, looking for names, going through, looking for names. So, Kellen, what brings you around here?
Well, it's actually, I mean, it's probably hard to believe, but I used to be part of the Echo.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah. Not any longer. I mean, I got out of that gig, and so I'm right now working on something else. But
per use.
Yeah. So there's a few things that I need to get from you. I don't. It may help you. Do you know of a fella named Artuli? Something like that.
Nah, bro, that doesn't ring a name for me. I mean, that's not, Is he know?
He didn't drop anything off or anything, or it seems like it might be something recent.
I mean, you know how we roll. Most of the stuff is automated. I honestly, you're the first living beings that have stepped foot in this place in a while. Most of it's dropped off our back, and then it comes in here, you sort it, send it off.
Okay. So maybe something that has anything come in that might blow something up? Like components of some kind? Something recently?
I heard about you and what was it, the wild? And again, if I'm off base, fucking I'm sorry, tell me, I apologize. But I heard rumor that you got in trouble with the wildlings for, you're going to blow up a temple or some shit?
But no, I wasn't gonna blow up anything. Those wildlings are fucking pieces of shit.
I know. Well, fucking, I when people would tell me, I'd be down at the bar. They'd say, "Hey, did you hear about Kellen?" I'd be like, "Yeah." And they're telling me that he's with the wildlings, but I can never see you with one of those fucking W's under your chin.
No. So they wanted me to do that, but I was like, "Yeah, right." So they gave me some, components, and I was using that, and I ended up, using it for myself. Kind of also singed some of the eyebrow hairs here and there, But that's not here and there. So that was my past. That was something I did in the past. So what I want to do now, I to be honest, I've been seeing them around town recently. What is the deal with that?
Well, I got distracted by the conversation. I'm sorry.
By our conversation?
I got distracted by let me click off the private chat.
Yeah, I apparently gotta do that too.
Sorry. I'm sorry. All right. I was reading letters so fast, Kelly. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You lost me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I've been seeing the wildlings here a little bit more frequently. Some new tattoos here too. What's been going on?
Bro, they're branching out. They're all over the fucking place. I mean, they're in the Folly still. They're here. I hear they're down in the fucking Beacon. I mean, I wouldn't put it past fucking Danelle that he's working with them. I mean, rumor is he's working with the bug folk down in that sanctuary. All over.
Oh. So you think Danelle might be working with the wildlings, and they also have the Whisper. So you basically have wildlings and Whisper here in town?
Hey, I mean, you didn't hear it from me, but this place is, fucked. More fucked than normal, is what I would say.
I hope you're getting out of here.
Yeah, well, I mean, what else am I going to do? Of course I'm getting out of here, Kelly. I'm fucking with you. Yeah. As she's going through pulling out things, she's like, oh, and she does say, this has this has regal seals on it. This is from the Beacon. What are you into?
Kind of just, it's another one of those things, kind of like the wild things that I'm doing. I'm not actually gonna follow through with the Beacon plan, but if they're gonna give me some components and they're gonna give me some stuff to use, I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're using this anytime soon, give me a heads up. I don't want to be here whenever you're like when a gnome's blowing shit up and they start looking at me.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm thinking that, you should probably be getting out of here a little bit sooner than you probably thought before. But I have one other request for you. I really appreciate it. Everything you've done for me. I do hope that we run into each other again, down the line. But I was wondering if you might have any Eldritch cannons. It's something I know that it's very rare, but I've been able to use them, and I'm just kind of curious if you might have any, even if you have the materials for them. Here, maybe, just lying around.
Looks around at no one, obviously, because there's no one in there but Hatch. Just kind of looking around. So, and lifting up this box. It's almost the size of her entire torso, and is handing it over to you. Back behind back. Sometimes people don't pick stuff up. Disappears, it disappears. You might find what you're looking for back there.
You're the best, Hatch.
I am.
I can always count on you. You're good.
Are you
wicked good?
Wicked good. Wicked good.
Yeah.
Take care of your cat friend and tell him to quit touching my shit.
Yeah.
Distracts me while I'm looking.
Yeah, it's weird. He's a fucking cat. What do I gotta say? You can't normally control cats, right? I mean, I've never been able to. I'm also like 3 feet. you know what I'm talking about.
I did, man, 3'1". I mean, but who am I gonna? I don't want to let that in.
Yeah, well, you were always a little bit taller than most.
All right, all right. So as this is going on way too long, is there Zada and Cask? While you guys were out there, was there anything that you guys wanted to get into?
I think we're just
Just kind of
unless you had anything specific.
shit.
I think we're just waiting. Yeah.
You sure?
Hey, man, check this out.
It's just like this one long, awkward silence.
This is a Kellen heavy episode, guys. I forgot to tell you about that.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, but as Rick said, there's just like it's just silent, and it's just like so.
And I don't say anything in return.
All right.
All right.
I walk out and I'm just like, let's go, guys.
That way.
I throw some sparkles in the air.
Are you a boy band? What's going on?
That's just my outro, man.
All right. So as you guys are making your way out of the coster, Boot, you're kind of making your way back, or did you stay on the dock?
No,
Okay.
I kind of was perched up outside.
Got it. So you're all kind of reconvening, kind of where you separated at that corner of the coster and the residential area there. From the corner of your eye, you do see the little boy who you had seen before, Cass, running towards you, and he's got another little boy with him. Looks like a boy, but dressed like almost in a potato sack, you would guess. Just looked really dirty, really skinny, malnourished. Both running towards you. Mr. Cat!
Ah, yes, young ones.
I told you that he could help. You're the hero. You're the hero that saved everybody during the sinkhole.
That is what we are working on, yes. In fact, I am going to need your help, young one.
What can I do?
What can you do? You can go through the city. You can tell your parents that something is coming that is unsavory. Do you like sweet things?
Yeah.
Well, essentially, this city is a very sweet thing. It is hard to let go of, but something very unsavory, like salt, is coming. You should tell your parents to either leave this city, leave this place, and your friends as well. I would say spread the word. And while you are doing so, you can think about this with a full stomach. And I reach into my pocket and pull out a couple of the breakfast sausages that I took earlier and hand them over to him.
Okay. All right.
And while you are telling them this, you can always think about your footwork. I saw you working on the sword a little while ago. You are doing very well. Very brave you are.
So he goes, and if you let him, he's going to hug your leg. If you let him,
I'll give him a hug back.
the boy who's standing there.
I don't have a family.
Awkward.
Well, then you can go with your friend. That is what friends are for. For if not family, then what?
All right. So the boy hands the couple of sausages over to his friend, and y'all see them run, and they're running off in the direction, if you're still watching them, past the sinkhole, and they kind of disappear back over where the windmill was in that direction. And I'm going to switch back over to Bree and Moth real quick. As you guys are sitting there waiting, time kind of going by almost at snail's pace, you do see Ben Rourke start to exit the armory and walk towards you guys. Bree, good to see you again.
Hi, long time no see.
Yeah, too long. These colors look much better on you than when you arrived. I approve.
Yeah, you heard?
I did.
Well, yeah, it's been a long 2 years.
And your friend?
Oh, this is my really good friend, Moth.
Mr. Rourke, and I kind of take a bow and at your service, sir.
Have you come to help? Good to meet you, Moth.
I appreciate that. I've come to give you information. I hate to ask anything of you, sir, and I know in these troubling times, but this is information for, well, this is information for a brother of mine. And in exchange for this information that I give to you, he's just asking for something back in return that belongs to him.
Well, go on.
Well, you know an attack is coming from the Whisper and the Echo, and you find...
Obviously, you're really informed. Look around. When do you expect this attack?
I expected it a week ago.
Well,
So time is short, and everything is urgent, and we come with information that might help you and the people of Stonewall.
You want to help me?
Yeah,
Well, do you mind walking and talking at the same time?
not at all.
So the conversation continues. You guys are walking through the org, past the army, and you're kind of headed towards Lookout Point, the mountain. And as you guys are talking, you will be going up this hill. But, so this information, good information, trusted information.
I can tell you where the Echo plan to attack and the Whisper, and when, so you can fortify.
And you have this information. How?
Well, I used to be a captain in training in the Echo army, and I was trusted with this information, but I was always working as a double agent, you see.
Bree, is he telling the truth?
We recently left, and we never planned to stay there. And we received this information directly from the source.
And who is your source?
Notes. Notes. Hold on. Give me a second.
So as you guys are walking, Ben is careful of like making sure that you guys are making up the hill okay. Kind of keeping, he is very guarded all around, but there's enough space to where you guys don't feel like you're being surrounded at all. You're nearing the top of the hill. Go on, Bree.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe his name was Artuli or something like that.
Artuli Dryavan. I know him.
Something like that. You know, I've never been good with names.
He's a worthless, spineless, now powerful captain in the Whisper Army, I believe.
Yes, we found him in the Serpent Shrine when he asked us to meet him there. And then we decided that was the moment that we needed to act because he came clean and told us everything that we needed to know in terms of how to help him and aid him in taking down this city.
Luckily, he couldn't see us, I believe. But you never know with those people.
Time is of the essence, and you think the attack is coming from the ocean, but in reality it's coming from land.
Well, and you guys are making it to the top, and really the only time that Ben Rourke looked phased is when you mentioned that there were Whisper in the shrine. That's the only time that he kind of stopped. Other than that, he's been kind of calm and cool the whole time. As you guys reach the top of the mountain, you're following close behind, kind of paying attention to him. And he does. I agree, Moth. Time is of the essence. And he kind of looks off at the horizon. And as he's pointing over there, you see that the entire outer city has been surrounded by Echo soldiers. The flag of the Echo, the black and white cross, as far as you can see in every direction. And as you turn around, Ben says, I really wish you would have come to me sooner. And that is where we're going to end episode 12 tonight.
Damn. Oh, it hurts.